you guys again. But I take a little break away from, the busy schedule I have. But I am a creative as well, and been, trying to pursue my passion for years, for
Mhm.
many years now. So it's still a work in progress, but it's growing, and I'm excited for its growth. Um, and glad for all of the business that I'm getting here from Los Angeles. So
Right,
super
Nice.
excited.
right. I definitely want to get into how you started
Oh, for sure.
and some of
Yes.
that fear of stepping into the unknown a little later.
All
Right.
right, for
Especially
sure.
being bi-coastal.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Right.
And doing it and being, I have seen him like 4 times. Okay.
So, Alvenus, can you tell us a little bit about yourself as well?
Sure. So, a lot of y'all know I recent graduate, Pepperdine behavioral psychology.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I am I'm a clinician. I am a behavior analyst,
Oh,
and I am looking into figuring out how to bridge that gap into the creative side of things.
nice.
Sharik and Josh are always telling me, I'm always saying I'm not a creative. They're like, you're a creative. You're a
Yes, you are.
creative.
Yes, you are.
I'm trying to get into that, and yeah, I think it's gonna happen real soon.
It definitely will. We're going to speak that into existence.
Right, Kat, why don't you tell us about yourself?
So I am also a creative. I'm a writer, producer, and I do marketing in the daytime that pays the bills. I started off in 2016 interning for Sharik, and here I am today. I actually was a little bit like you, Alvenus. I started off in college as a chemical engineering major, actually.
Look, see, okay, shout
And then I
out
tried
to the chemicals,
psychology.
okay?
And then I tried media, and that's where it stuck for me.
Oh,
That was the last, and clearly that's what I love to do. So at the moment I took one class, I knew that was it for
that
me.
you knew it was it.
Yeah, I knew that was it.
Good. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. So are we ready to get into the topic?
Let's get into it.
Flashing lights.
Love that song. Sorry.
All right. So our first flashing lights topic, our limelight topic, is going to be the Russia. I know everyone has heard about this.
Yes.
Yes, Russia attacking Ukraine, unfortunately. So it is a war over there, not a world war as of now.
Not yet.
Not
Let's
I
hope
pray.
not.
Let's hope not. Listen, I'm turning
say
30 this
yes.
year. I do not want a world war.
I know.
Am I-
30.
Yes,
You
next week.
so young.
Next
Look at
week.
this baby. Look at this baby. Oh, congrats. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
You know, Pisces season.
Okay.
But Biden did vow consequences, and he froze Russia's bank accounts. And so hopefully it doesn't go any further from there. But it is looking, pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, I think 137 people died today in that bomb.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That happened. It's really unfortunate to wake up and hear that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been seeing it all on my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And this all started because of something that happened back in the Soviet Union back in what, 1990?
Over 100
91?
years ago or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, not that long. But it was long ago.
Yeah.
It's long enough.
But yeah, something in its border, it's land, apparently there's a lease involved.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I just feel are material.
Right. And I saw a really good post that kind of broke it down in layman's term, and it was saying like Ukraine was in an abusive relationship with Russia, and they cut them off, and they're trying to do their independent thing. And so that's for layman's term for those of us who are not, really into politics like that.
That's exactly
it's really unfortunate, and we hope that this does calm down. But we're in the middle of it right now. Yeah,
prayers
we're in the
going
middle
out
of
to
it.
Ukraine. It's a tough situation, and unfortunately, a lot of the nations, our hands are tied because Russia is a superpower.
Yes,
and today Putin has basically said if anyone gets involved,
he
you
did.
can get it too.
Yes, he really did.
And that's scary.
And Putin has China on his side.
Yeah.
That's a superpower in the world. But we have NATO, so
I just what, even talking like that, it's like who needs a war?
Right.
Sorry. Who wants that? Nobody needs that right now in their lives.
No.
The world just survived COVID. Now you want to go and
we're still in a pandemic, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not everything needs a trilogy. So
right.
Exactly.
Thank you. That was Kelvin. He's not on camera.
Right, Kelvin.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So on a lighter note, well, kind of lighter, Britney Spears reportedly inked a $15 million deal for an upcoming tell-all memoir. How do we feel about Miss Britney
Shout out
Spears?
to Britney. I cannot wait to read all the nonsense that happened while you were stuck in that mansion, girl.
Right, on lockdown.
On lockdown. During the pandemic and not during the pandemic.
Right. And Jamie Lynn Spears, I know, didn't she come out with a book recently, or she had a book that was released? And is this Britney's clapback?
I don't know. It's Britney Spears. I don't think there's a clapback when it's Britney Spears.
Right.
What I find most interesting, what I'm most interested to find out about, I guess I should say it like that, is her take on being an adult and not having any power.
Right. Not having
grown
any
ass, rich, white woman. And
right. The irony. Yeah.
I can't do anything. I cannot wait to hear.
Right. She couldn't have babies. She couldn't date. She was like a 17-year-old basically. As a grown adult, which is unfortunate.
So unfortunate. I think she did one Vegas situation and because it didn't the residency and because it didn't go the way she wanted to go, she didn't renew it. And I heard that a lot of her funds are gone.
Oh, I hope not, because
a lot of her funds are gone.
No, not Britney.
So her fans are getting ready to go crazy over this. Whatever album she got, and her last album was one of the best, not EDMs, pop albums that came out in a very long time.
Britney is that girl.
Britney is.
I don't know if we say the other word, but Britney is that girl.
She said it.
Yeah, she's that bitch.
She said it's Britney, bitch.
Yeah, it's Britney. Britney. All right, let's go into the next topic. So E! News also reports that Justin Bieber tested positive for COVID-19 this week, right after having just started his world tour. So he had to postpone the concert. Are you guys Justin Bieber fans?
I used to have Bieber fever. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie about it. No shame.
He has some hits.
This last, not the recent album, the one before that, I really liked.
Yeah,
Bieber is here to stay.
Yeah, he is.
He's a household name.
He's a household name.
He's talented.
He's very talented.
And with Usher as his mentor,
right?
I mean, he can do no wrong.
I kind of feel like.
I hope he doesn't let it burn like Usher.
Oh my God, Kelvin. God. Anyway, moving on. I was going to say something, but moving on.
No, I do want to know, though, what are you guys' thoughts on live concerts right now, especially coming out of the pandemic, the concerts and events? How are we feeling
That's a good
about
question. I passed on Jasmine Sullivan concert tomorrow.
Not Jasmine.
I know, and it's outdoors.
What?
I think
if
that
I could boo
large,
you right now, I would.
Can I get the tickets? I'm trying to go.
Shout outs to my friend who invited me, but I passed on that. It's too big of a crowd, and I go to parties. I do a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have done.
Didn't you go to a festival recently?
I went to a huge festival, and that is probably why
I hated it. Right?
I hated it.
Which festival was it?
Rolling Loud.
Oh, in my city. I live in the IE.
You live in the IE?
Yeah.
Are you from the IE?
I was born out here in LA.
Okay.
But I moved out there in elementary school, so I say I'm from the IE.
Yeah. That was my first time out there. I don't have a desire.
No, first of all, the way they marketed that and said it was close to LA.
It was not close to LA.
I felt so bad for people who haven't been to the IE.
I couldn't have more than 2 drinks.
Yeah.
It's a drive. That's a drive.
Yeah, it's far.
It's a huge drive, long drive. But Rolling Loud kind of, shout out to Rolling Loud. Loved the lineup. It was great. But I paid. It was so many things wrong with Rolling Loud. I don't think. I think she's at the Greek, or the Hollywood. I think it's really at the Greek.
Okay.
It's not the same at all. But I just, going to concerts and large events, do them. Wear your mask.
Right.
Wear a mask. The mask mandate is ending tomorrow too out here.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, for indoor
dining.
Yeah.
Dine-ins. I think the only place you have to wear a mask is me when I go into those schools. And
yes, in the schools. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I went to a concert back in November.
Uh-huh.
So last year I went to Day in Vegas.
Oh wow!
It was great.
Oh my God! Did you see Kendrick Lamar?
I did. And I'm a huge Kendrick fan. Like I was a Kendrick fan before he got really big.
Yeah.
I saw him perform. Yeah, when he was K-Dot. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had the best time. I would do it 1,000 times again.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
did you pay for VIP tickets?
I did pay because I'm older.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
So I did the first day, not in VIP.
30,
yeah, I'm turning 30.
Right.
You're older.
Right.
No, but these kids,
whippersnapper.
it was right after the Travis Scott incident.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, that did not slow these young folks down.
Same with
and I'm short, so I couldn't see anything. The next day I was like, oh no, baby, we're doing VIP.
Yes.
I cannot do this with the crowd again. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself.
I know this is totally not what we plan to talk about, but the VIP section, did they section you off to the side?
Yes.
That vantage point is not okay with me. If I'm gonna pay this much money for that show, I should be right in the middle.
Right.
I should be right in the middle. I shouldn't be looking off to the side and then having to still get there early.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
I think what I liked about VIP was not the young crowd. It was a lot of older folks chilling out.
Right.
More responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, 30.
All right. Feeling it already.
Right.
All right. So we wanted to also give a huge congratulations to Sherry Shepherd.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes. And send prayers out for Wendy Williams at the same time. Dementia is a thing.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Supposedly.
Reportedly.
We don't.
We don't.
She
Allegedly.
hasn't come out with an official statement yet. Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah. But Sherry and her team landed that. And that's a huge deal. That's prime time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sick from work. Go to TV,
right.
Okay.
It sure is. That's the best little show to watch.
Exactly.
At home. But I did want to share a quote from Sherry. She said, when you think it's a no, sometimes God is saying not yet. So I thought that was a really good, especially because we're talking about the creative unknown.
Yeah.
And she waited, what did she say, like 20 years, 22 years, something like that, to have this opportunity. And to see it come to fruition for her it's inspirational that she didn't give up and she didn't, call it quits ever. How do you feel about that, Paco?
I applaud her. I actually stopped watching Wendy when Wendy wasn't on there anymore, unfortunately. So I didn't really see Sherry Shepherd on the show at all, but I know she's great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she deserves it. It does suck that we won't get Wendy's Hot Topics anymore.
Yeah, like she had the tea.
Yeah, she always did.
And she dished it in a way that
absolutely.
I don't think nobody's gonna ever touch that.
But Sherry, just from watching what was the other show she was on?
The View.
The View. It was one of those.
No, it's the most recent one that she came off of. It's like a radio show. I can't even think of it. But I used to watch her on there too with Portia and
Dish Nation.
So she's always like a character. So I enjoy her. So I know she'll be great. Yeah.
The personality is great. She's a household name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Household name.
Yeah, I'm really happy for her. So I think that's a great segue into today's topic. So we're talking about the creative unknown, and Alvenus, you recently shared that you really wanted to get into this creative space, and pursue new endeavors, but you really don't know where to start. Like a lot of us, right? We don't know where to start. And you also share that you have a fear of stepping into the unknown, which is also pretty natural for everyone. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Stepping into the unknown has kind of put a hindrance on my life for so long, delayed a lot of God's plans. I think just that fear of and being vulnerable and being rejected and all those things that come with stepping into the unknown. I think I've overcome them in certain areas of my life, like the behind the scenes stuff, stuff that the work that people put in
that you don't see.
I think I've definitely done that, but now I feel like I've delayed this portion in my life of kind of like diving in and overcoming insecurities and I just can't wait any longer. I can't I don't have any more excuses.
Right. It's like an
it's
itch you
here.
can't get rid of.
Yeah,
Yeah. You got to fulfill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Paco? Have you had anything like for fear hold you back from the unknown?
The entire time.
Let's talk about it.
Yes,
right. How did you get started too?
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, a brief overview of how I got started. I've been doing this since I was 10. But I started off making Barbie doll clothes out of my uncle's dress socks when I was 10. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was just hand stitching. I had a babysitter who would sew while she babysitted us, and I was always watching her. And I was like, "Oh, can I play on your sewing machine one day?" And she told me no. And then like a week later, she came to her house to my house with a sewing machine in a box, and she said, "Here, play with this."
Aww.
And I had that sewing machine for 11 years until I turned 21. And I had never stopped since that day of sewing. But I am almost 40 now, and I've been pursuing this career. And I want to touch on what you said earlier. It's a fear for me of not having stability as to why I didn't, or why I haven't like made it my full time. It is still a full time because I have a regular full time job as well, but I'm doing this full time too. So I'm like working myself to death, but I'm scared. Like and we have to get out of that habit of being fearful. And step out on faith, honestly. Like I know coming here to LA with you guys all the time, it's motivating me in a way that I never felt before. Like it's like this is like it's my time or whatever. I have, and I'm manifesting it more now. I am saying to myself over and over, like this is me, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna have. So it's not easy, but you gotta do it at some point. You cannot always say I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Right.
You gotta live in the present.
Right.
And there's so many great things on the other side of your fear, right? Like there really is. Like I know I can relate completely to both of you. Literally a month before the pandemic happened, I left a 6-figure job, right?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To pursue my dreams, right? Of like give that more attention and more time. I was completely scared, had no idea where it was gonna lead me. And then the pandemic hit. So I'm like, what in the world did I just do? But again,
universe.
Yes, but I was afraid. I still kept, my faith. And then that year I got meetings with Disney executives for, a pilot that I wrote. I got, it all came, full circle. And still, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but just stepping out. Had I not let that job go and given myself space to write, I wouldn't have gotten those opportunities. Mm-hmm. So I completely relate. And that brings us to money. So if money didn't exist and you could choose anything you wanted to do professionally, what would that be? And Kelvin, I want you to jump in on this too, because I know you're in the background, but you're creative as well. So
a big creative, very talented man that he does not show often. Very talented man.
I'm very humble. I try to be at least. So, but y'all go first. I'll finish off, I guess.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I've identified what I want us to do, and it happened to me recently. With me coming on as a guest and doing this a lot. Utilizing the science to help underprivileged Black and brown families with a badass kids, and on a platform that I feel like they'll be drawn to. Mm-hmm. It's something that I'm thinking about. I have all the techniques, at my job, my 9 to 5, I'm writing out techniques for interventionists to go out and implement. And it's like, there's a component of parent training that I cannot get parents to participate. And it's like, maybe if I just had a conversation about a topic. I can't get my kid to eat their peas. I know how to get your kid to eat the peas. Like, why not just talk about it? So
and that's such an underserved, like, I hate the word underserved, but because we use it so much, but that community needs that.
That's so much. So rewarding.
And it's so rewarding. Yeah. And the 20 years from now, when they grow up and they're adults, it's just a continuation of a positive cycle.
Yeah.
Something you would be instilling. So
yeah,
I love that. What about you, Paco?
If money was no issue, I mean, I would still be doing the same like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think about money all the time and how I don't have enough of it to do what I want to do. So if it wasn't an issue, oh my god, it would be amazing. So I mean, yeah, I would just continue fully pursue the fashion career that I've always wanted.
Would you switch fashion, like, because you're like in the like high fashion, right?
Well, I started in high fashion. Right now, this current collection I'm working with is more mid range and it's more streetwear ish.
Oh,
Very
nice.
ready to wear, and it's actually focused towards men. So usually I do a higher end women's wear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, that's where my heart lies. Right now, the menswear is really like it's in me because it's something that I want for myself as well. But I love how it's being received by everyone.
Any
Nice.
see-through pieces?
Always. You know, I got a mesh or a lace or
Any
something.
mesh,
Yeah, for sure.
lace, yeah.
Some organza happening. Yeah, it's all. I always have to add it in. I love to add these fabrics into the menswear line because it takes away that I guess toxic masculinity about what we should be wearing and stuff. Like men can wear lace without it necessarily being feminine.
And it
So-
looks so good on my body.
Oh yeah, I know.
It
I've
looks
seen
so
you in it.
on my body. I'm sorry.
No, let's.
What about you? What would you be doing?
I would be doing what I'm doing now. I guess on the creative aspect, I always tell people I want to be like the female version of Nick Cannon minus the kids. Like minus the kids and no, I'm not doing that. But I love how he has done so much in his career, like with shows. He's produced so many shows. He's a host now. He's an extremely creative person. So I would be doing kind of what I'm doing now, just I guess at a greater level. Money wasn't an issue. My bills are paid.
Yeah.
That would be nice. What about you, Kelvin?
Myself, it's funny because an attorney at work asked me the same thing. You know, if money was an issue, coincidentally, has no idea about the show. And she asked me if money wasn't an issue, what would I do? Or one thing I would want to do, and I feel strongly about it. I would just want to travel and just like eat food everywhere around like certain places I want to visit. Like hopefully next year I'm gonna take my son to Japan or Italy.
Oh, nice.
And we both love pasta, and I just want to eat authentic Italian food because I'm sorry, Alvenus Olive Garden is not authentic.
I'm
Sorry,
Olive Garden girl.
ruin my childhood.
Anyway, but in a serious note, just travel. Kind of like Anthony Bourdain, how you would just go everywhere and just eat and just just talk to people and just try different foods. Like that's go on adventures. But I wouldn't do anything solo. I would want to do everything with my son. Just like let's just go.
Would you turn that into like a show, or would you at all? Would
maybe
you
a
document
podcast?
it?
Maybe a
Okay.
podcast,
YouTube
like just like
series.
on a radio. Because again, I'm camera shy, so like I don't really.
You turn it red, y'all.
Yeah, I am.
I'm about to turn the camera. No, I'm kidding.
Don't do that. No, but yeah. I mean, if that was an opportunity that could come from it, then yeah, why not? So, but yeah, that's traveling and just trying new things. So,
I love that.
shout out to all the friends that help us.
Right.
yeah, for
I
sure.
while you were saying that, I just kind of thought about our endeavors this year or last year,
Yeah, for sure.
and how that ball kind of started.
Yeah, like it started like coming out more and hanging out with you and
Yeah.
meeting your friends, which are all amazing.
Your friend, my friends are your friends.
Now, yeah, for
I
sure.
love
And
that.
I love that. Yeah, exactly. Like I got to meet Josh, and he was great. We really bonded in Hawaii and all that stuff. And I met Laurel and everybody.
Paco too.
Paco
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Paco was on the boat with us. And
You gotta
Nice.
come next time.
Oh, definitely.
For
I
sure,
love
yeah.
to travel.
Yeah.
And then
I love
coming back here and meeting Sharik, she's an amazing person.
Can we
Freaking
talk
love
about
her.
Sharik for a second?
Oh my
'Cause
God!
I
Let's
just love
never
her.
some
She said hi in the
time.
Talk about
comments. She
Sharik.
said
Hi,
hi,
Sharik.
guys.
Hey, boo.
We love and miss you.
Miss you
For
so
sure,
much.
yeah.
Everybody needs a Sharik in their life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I had a conversation with her. I was at dinner and I was just like, I downloaded the album. I just wanted to tell you that I love it. And she was like, you have to listen to, what was the song? I forgot the song, but you have to listen to the song. And we just went into like a 5-minute text
Mm.
giving each other flowers.
That's
I
what's up.
love that. Yeah.
It was so beautiful. I was crying. She doesn't know this. I was crying at the table.
Sharik.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharik has an impact on every like I said, everyone, and I genuinely mean this.
Yes,
everyone needs a
for
Sharik
sure.
in their life.
Yes.
Y'all are missing out.
You know, same with Josh.
Yes.
Same with Josh.
Oh my
Josh,
goodness. Yeah,
Yes,
Josh.
I told Josh my fears and public speaking.
Mm. And he put you on the phone.
Here you are. You're gonna be here every week.
Look at you now, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Josh is an amazing light into my life, and I don't think I would have overcome so much. I've overcome a lot, and it's like you guys don't know. We talk on the phone a lot.
That's dope.
That's
even if it's like
friends
2
for.
minutes. Like I value those check-ins so much.
Yes, everybody needs a network of friends, and that's really, really important. So what do you guys think is the hardest part of being a creative?
Oh, can I? Oh, Paco, you're the creative. You're one of the
You're
creatives.
living in it. Yeah. Let's hear what your thoughts are, Paco.
The hardest part, in my opinion, is getting what you do out there, getting people to see it. Again, back to the money thing. If money wasn't an issue, like everything cost, and in order, if you want to get that reach, you have to pay, and that's something that I've been doing recently, and it has gotten me the reach. But that is the struggle for me, like making sure that everyone that I want to see it can see it. So,
you know, I'm going to be very vulnerable.
Go ahead.
I feel like
this is a safe space.
So in November, I applied for a grant.
Okay.
And I was supposed to find out if I got the grant in January. They pushed it back into November, until February. And the first week of February rolls by, second week rolls by. And then after Valentine's Day, I call and I'm like, what's up? And they're like, well, you got to wait. So I wait. And they're like, we're going to mail you a letter. And normally, I know what that means. I have that credit, and I know what it means when you apply it. We got to mail you a letter. Yeah. So I got an email on Friday, and they said we couldn't apply. We couldn't accept you at this time. We encourage you to apply again. And I think it took a week of me recognizing that no is the first no that I'm going to get. And I think hearing the words no is probably going to be the hardest thing for me, because I don't get told no a lot. I just don't get told no a lot. Unless I'm trying to drag my straight friends to WeHo.
I don't mind going there. I just don't like when you lie about it.
I didn't lie.
You tricked us last time.
I didn't trick you
guys.
He said I did not trick. I mean, hearing no is hard.
Yeah,
so and it's hard to bounce back from a no, especially as a creative, because we sensitive about our art and our work, and putting it out there is hard.
Yeah.
Like being vulnerable and showing people your heart and your art is really, really hard. And I completely relate to that, because 2020, when I was writing more and entering competitions, I got a lot of rejections. I got a lot of no's, I'm sorry, you weren't even in the top. I'm like, not even in the top.
Damn,
it's hard. Right, like, could you just have said no? Right. So it's hard. But
Can
what
I
about
touch
you?
on that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
The no thing for me, I think no and yes is 50-50 always. And like I think that when you're told no, it's because something else better is waiting for you. So I always try and turn something into a positive. So in that case, that didn't work out or whatever, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to. Like, something else is better. Something better is out there for you. So a better opportunity. It may not be at the moment that you want it, but it's coming for sure.
That's a word, Papa.
That's a whole vibe.
Yes.
I feel it. Since that no, I did take a week, kind of like, because I was really disappointed. And I don't know if y'all have ever written a grant, but that was a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
It
was a lot of work. A lot of detail. I think that was almost 18 pages of work.
Oh,
and I'm sure it was
wow.
amazing.
It was an amazing grant, an amazing idea. And, to whoever felt that it wasn't, you're going to see me again.
Right. You missed out.
You missed out.
And that was actually my next question, Paco, is like, how do you overcome those moments and keep going? Because those are hard. Like, they make you want to quit sometimes. Some people like that. They take it as motivation, like my brother does. I'm not that. I'm more sensitive.
Beyonce does that too. She can't wait until somebody pisses her off.
Right.
I like to think that I give good advice, but I don't always take it because what I just said is something that I try to live by. But I also beat myself up at times. And we shouldn't do that to ourselves, for one thing. But I don't know. I just try to stay positive about everything and try to see the positive in anything negative. Because it is such a weight on you when you live in negativity. So
it is, honestly, it is. So let's talk about something a little lighter. So what do you guys think is the best part of being creative? You want to start, Kelvin?
For me, just like just enjoying it, like Paco said, don't get so hard on yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? People make mistakes, and it's how you bounce back from that. It's that's, at least for me, that's how I know I'll be all right. Like I mentioned to you earlier, like I would get so down on myself, and then nothing would come from it. So I just feel like I shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Just stay optimistic. Maybe a no doesn't mean a
never.
Never.
Right.
It's just like how you said, not right now.
Right. So Paco said, yeah.
Oh, she said, whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, like, the best thing about being a creative is the freedom. I feel like creatives, we have so much, and we don't at the same time, but like I think about artists like Kanye and other creatives that they really kind of give themselves that freedom to just create and be who they are. A lot of people don't get to live in that. They're tied to like 9 to 5s, or tied to being a certain person or presenting themselves as a certain person. And creatives, like, we just get to be ourselves. Like, we make money off being ourselves, when we get to that stage. So
yeah, someone told me, a very dear friend of mine told me that if you can make money off of your personality, then you have the easiest job. And I'm trying to capitalize off it. I really am. I really am. I just don't know, what that looks like. I think I have an idea. There's a lot of things I gotta do, but I think once I step into that unknown creative space and just really embrace it, I think the best thing that is going to happen from it is I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to be myself, and it's going to be effortless, and I'm going to make a lot of other people happy. And I may even help them overcome a lot of challenging behaviors, and that's stopping them from growth.
Right.
So
yeah, I know you said you had helped me a couple of times. So I was down on myself, and you just
me?
Yeah, you.
Migrating?
Yes. Yeah. I brought it up to you.
Stop.
I brought it up to you in Hawaii, and you started crying.
I know. I just wanted to hear it again.
I love it.
I love you, Kelly.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear it again.
What about you, Paco?
The most rewarding part of being a creative for me in my field is seeing my my designs on a person, especially a person that I don't know. I've received a couple of weeks ago, my first Instagram tag from someone that purchased from my website.
Oh,
And I didn't know this person.
Congratulations.
I was so excited. It was very, and if I knew the person's name, I would shout them out right now. But it sent chills down my spine and everything like that, to think that someone, appreciated it that much that they wanted to give me a shout out. Like, look, I got this outfit from such and such. And I know it's just super exciting. So seeing my work on people is the most rewarding part for me.
Nice.
That's such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man.
Like a walking canvas.
Yeah,
Right,
for sure.
Can't wait to get my see-through pieces.
Right. Do you make women's clothing?
I do. I mean, that was the focus, but right now it is mostly menswear, and there's some unisex pieces. But
do you make non-see-through clothing? I'm asking for
Kelvin. You would look. First of all, Kelvin has an amazing body. No shade.
I would say that 95% of the stuff is non-see-through.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'll check it out for sure.
Yes. So this is going to be our last question before we close out, but what are ways that you can mold and blend your career with your creative pursuits, kind of making like the best of both worlds, right? Especially for most of us, because I know we all said we have our 9-to-5s that we're still, in. So what do you think are ways we can blend those?
I almost don't want to answer this, but I'm going to start with, if you can't find a way to blend it, it's okay to keep them separate. I will say that, but I'm trying to figure that out. I think that's my answer. I'm trying to figure that out because you guys would not believe how phenomenal I am in that space. I'm a totally different person, but trying to step into that creative side I haven't bridged that, so I don't know.
You're learning. I'm learning.
I'm learning, but when I do, y'all gonna know.
Yeah, we will. Okay, Paco.
I'm going to say that I kind of work in a similar field, but I would say that it's probably better if you don't bridge them together, because I feel like you might get stuck. Right now, I have a really great job that I enjoy on a daily basis. I enjoy everything about my job, but I also prefer to do what I do as a creative. And I'm trying to figure out how to separate the two so that I cannot so I don't stay stuck. I'm stuck with liking the job. I'm stuck with knowing the stability and stuff like that. So if you can bridge the gap, not bridge, if you can separate them, I say go for it or whatever. But if there's a way for you to love both, then go for it as well. But if you really are about pursuing your creative niche, whatever it is, do that. Like focus on that.
It's so hard to focus on just one thing.
Oh, trust me, I know. I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck. I'm giving advice, and I'm still stuck.
We don't have to focus or choose one thing. We can create many different versions of ourselves and do many different things, in our lifetime. I'm like that type of person, so I don't. What about you, Kelvin? Is there a bridging the gap for you, or is it separate?
It doesn't have to be, but I think it should be separate.
We have a call.
Oh wow! I know. Hey, caller.
Hello. Shariq.
Hey.
Hello.
Shariq, it's so good to hear your voice. We haven't heard.
Call in. Y'all was over here trying to have thug tears running down my face. So
I'm a Pisces and we love the emotion. So.
I really appreciate all of you. And Paco, I always seem to miss you every time you come into the studio. I don't know how we do this, but next time I'm gonna have to be in there with you.
Absolutely.
But no, this was a great conversation, and I'm so proud of every single one of you.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
For stepping out of the box and going after what you need to go after. That's monumental. And thank y'all for holding it down while we're going.
Of course. Look, Shariq, giving us some more flowers.
Right. You're going to make us cry.
Yes.
We on camera.
All of you guys are really inspirational. And then I also wanted to, let our listeners know I will be back next week.
Yes.
An unfortunate month-long hiatus, but I'm gonna pretty much talk about everything that's been going on with me this past month, and it's gonna be deep. So make sure you guys.
We're here for you.
Thank you guys again, and thank you, Kelvin.
Of course.
Love you, Shariq.
Love you guys.
All right, love you guys. Great job.
All right. Kelvin, you were.
Oh yeah. What was the question?
We were just at. Is there a way for you to like merge?
So no. So I work at a law firm, and it's very boring. So it's they love me there, and I like being there because it pays my bills and it funds my endeavors. So
we saw the Tesla outside.
All right.
Doing grown man stuff.
Right. When he said it funds. We see the fruit.
Did he float here too? Hit that new skirt on him mode.
Wait, what?
The skirt on him mode.
We have another caller. Hello.
What up? What up? It's your
Oh,
boy,
it's
Hey.
It's our other favorite host.
Right. Hey, Josh.
I'm calling y'all from Miami. Yes, I meant to have
Living the
it.
life.
It was an amazing time. But I just wanted to say thank y'all for holding it down. I've been listening. This has been such a good conversation.
Thank you,
I appreciate you, Alvenus. I appreciate you, Katharine. Paco, thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
And of course, Kelvin, thank you.
Oh man, thank you so much.
Very much.
Yeah, it was a little rocky to begin with, but we figured it out.
We got it together.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it goes. We're gonna get you together, but that's how it is.
Right. Ain't no fun if there's no bumps in the road.
Right.
Yeah.
It's only up from here.
Anyways,
Right.
I'll be back in the studio next week, but y'all go ahead and finish it out. Thank you so much again, and sending you love.
All right, thank you, man. I
Right.
appreciate it.
Bring me a souvenir back.
I want some
I
salmon.
already asking for stuff, so you guys gotta get in
I'll
line.
bring you back some Cuban croqueta.
Ooh.
How about some cigars?
You don't even smoke.
All right, bye, y'all.
All
right.
Be safe
Bye.
out there, man.
Is that a yes on the cigars?
Hell no.
This was such a good conversation. Like, I'm
Yes.
really glad that we all got the opportunity to do this.
And me.
Yes, and me. And
Yeah.
this is the forming of a, of a
Beautiful
friendship.
union.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna create our own group chat.
Yeah. And I feel so honored that Sharik and JPN K gave us the floor
Yeah.
to share with their audience. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
So once again, I'm Katharine. You can follow me at Katharine. My name is under very basic. I just got my regular name. And
I'm Alvenus. You can my handle is Mr._behave, spelled with 2 E's. Yeah, follow me.
like Beehive.
Shout out to Beyonce always.
And Paco.
And Paco.
Oh, at Paco Rajin. It's me. And sure, follow me on Instagram.
Right.
At an NYC to follow my business page.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
And Kelvin.
I'm just here. I'm not really a social media person, but I have them. I just have Twitter and Instagram.
Well, what's your Twitter?
Irrelevant.
Okay,
my IG is just cool_Kelv. And yeah, I'm on there.
All right. Please be sure to tune in next week as both of your co-hosts are back in the studio and on
Yes.
air
Yes.
for an extremely special and extremely important episode
Yes.
of
for
Limelight
sure.
Live as they kick off Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
So you absolutely you absolutely must tune in. They'll be joined by a special musical guest, Taylor. So next week is going to be great. Thank you guys for joining and listening in on the conversation. It was so nice meeting you.
Thank you,
guys.
Kat. You did amazing
Oh, thank
guiding
you.
this
Thank you.
conversation.
I
You
appreciate
You
so
did
it.
much.
amazing.
All
Made
right.
it easier for me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And me too, girl.
Yeah.
All right.
You're
So
right.
you'll be seeing Sharik and JPN K next week. Thank you guys.
Hey.
Bye.
Bye.